Alright guys, it's your boy, and today is Saturday 28th of December 2024. The year 2024 is drawing very near to a close, and it's been an interesting week as the fiscal year ends, and this is my analysis for the upcoming week from December 29th, Monday, December 30th, Monday, up to 3rd of January 2025. I'll start with the US30 chart, and I'll break down from the daily chart. We saw a break of structure here at this level, a break of structure at this level, from where the next break of structure which was formed was here at this level. So mark this point as well. Alright, so from here we've had a series of inducements, of which none was taken out until where price got to. So let me mark it this way. This is a daily chart. Let me use this tool, the path tool. Okay, so from this break we saw price form this high, a high, and then a low, then a high and a low. From this high to this low, none of these inducements were taken out until this high, low formed here, and then a high, and the most recent inducement, that is the daily, on the daily chart, has been taken out. So we expect US30 to complete a certain amount of Fibonacci retracement before we could see a probable rise in price to the upside. So pulling our Fibonacci 2 here, we see that price is yet to reach even 0.382 fib level, and so we are expecting a likely drop in price with US30 to about 0.382 fib level, and so we'll see how it goes. But let's zoom into the 4-hour chart. Now we've seen the drop with 4-hour, where actually there is a change in character. We've seen series of break of structure in the 4-hour chart until right now we have a change in character. A change in character. A change in character. So with this change in character, we are seeing a pullback, and with this pullback I expect a pullback. Before this pullback we saw after this break we saw an inducement forming here and a low was formed here, and that inducement was taken. So price at this point can just pull back to any reasonable fib level and then continue to the downside, as we have seen a change of character. And so it has already done 0.382 fib retracement, but I'm expecting about up to 50% retracement. But even then, this zone is attracting price to catch it. This zone fib. Okay, so here is the 4-hour zone that I believe price must touch before we can see a likely reaction of price sending it to the downside. And so price retraced and got shy of the zone and then pulled back, but I expect price to continue a little more up into this zone. And so that informs my analysis that from next week I expect price to buy into this zone at least before we can find a reaction to the downside. So I'm going to pull to the 15-minute chart, and here in the 15-minute chart explains our pullback. As we can see here, this low and then the high here, and we are seeing an internal change of character to the upside into this zone. So we have this low, and then there was a break here forming this low again, and then from there we saw yet another break, and now there's a pullback, and we are expecting to see yet another break to the upside. And so our stop loss in this forecast, in this signal, is up to the low here, and then we are taking profits into the zone. So that is it for US30. That is it for US30. I'm going to delete this. That is it for US30. So we'll move to gold. A lot have happened with gold, and let me start with the daily charts. Daily charts on gold. We've seen a break of structure, a change of character actually, and then ever since price has just been moving in this zone, in this zone. The nearest support level with gold as it stands now is around 22,450. Before then, there is no support zone before 2450 zone. And so my bias with gold is that gold is going to sell. What happened with gold is that after the break of structure, after the change of character, here and then here is the change of character that happened on the daily chart. So let me go to the daily. So here is the change of character on the daily chart. After the change of character, we've seen a pullback, and from that pullback we've not seen the break of structure continuing the downward move, and I expect that to happen. What happened with gold is that after the change of character, gold retraced into the 4-hour zone where an order block, the daily order block, was formed to bring about the change of character. And there it is. And here is the 4-hour zone that I've drawn. Price pull back close to the zone, shied away from that zone, pulled up and tested the zone, and from there we've seen strong decline in price with gold to this level, back into this zone, and actually broke the zone, retesting the zone, and I expect price to continue the downward movement from next week. And so I've drawn my structure, 15 minutes swing structure for this leg of downward leg, and I am going to elaborate on the structure. So let me narrow down to the 15 minutes chart. So on the 15 minutes chart, here is the leg, the downward leg, and we have our change of character. We have our change of character here. We have our change of character here, after which price got down. So let me draw the path to, okay, so after the change of character, where price broke at this level, we've seen pullbacks upon pullbacks, forming several different inducements, and so, and then another pullback here, and an inducement was formed, and so that inducement was taken, and price continued up to complete that pullback. From there, we saw yet another break of structure, and then an inducement. And then we saw another break of structure. Okay, so I'm going to narrow it down. Sorry. So here's the inducement that was taken, and then the other engineered liquidity also was taken, and then from there was a break of structure. I'm going to draw this one, and then there was a break of structure. From here, an inducement was formed, and that inducement, another inducement was formed, and that inducement has been swept, from which price continued down to break structure again. Okay, so let me create this, to break structure again, and from here price has been continuing. We have a new swing structure that has formed. It hasn't created any inducement yet after the break of structure, because we can see here that after price broke structure in this leg, after price broke structure here, we've not really seen a valid pullback. You see that price here, the high of this low is far up there, which wasn't taken, and the same goes out with this. And then even here, that high of that low wasn't taken, so we don't have a valid pullback yet after the break of structure. So that leaves this swing structure quite open to several possibilities. We could see a change of character to the upside or a continuation to the downside. What has happened is that price has continually engineered liquidity with the pullback from this zone. After the break, liquidity engineered with the pullback at this point. But my bias with gold remains a sell. My bias with gold remains a sell because the swing structure still indicates bearishness with that 4-hour leg, bearish leg. And so I expect gold to sell, but trading is reactive. So we'll see how price reacts when we enter next week. Okay, so that's it for my analysis. Thank you.